Alright, Baji liudakai. Liudakai means 6 big openings. So that means 6 ways of opening the opponent for that finishing hit, strike, takedown, throw, whatever. So 6 ways of opening him up somehow. Usually it's referred to as opening up his defense, opening up his body in some way. It can be many things. So the liudakai are energies, kind of like movement principles that you use. They're not specific movements, not like specific techniques. So these energies can be applied in many different ways. And usually you find them in all the Baji techniques, in small form and big form. There's always some liudakai embedded into the techniques. So the techniques include a way to open up the opponent to get that technique inside. There are specific liudakai movements also, like a set of 6 movements. I'm gonna provide the playlist as a link there in the explanation. But in this video, I'm not gonna go into the movements, I'm gonna go into the principles. I'm gonna explain what the liudakai are for. And then you can find them in the specific techniques later on. First one is ding. So that means like a forward type of energy. Going forward like a bull crashing through a door. That's like the meaning of the word, the idea of the word. So that's our forward power. That's like us always trying to get in, trying to find that way to go in. And ding is that just that pure forward power. It's not always about going in. It's also the forward power that you need. You can't be fighting like this. You have to have that forward power, even if you're not moving exactly in. Maybe you're staying outside first. You still need to have that forward power. And the forward power also allows you to go in when you find that spot and you're going in. So ding is included in almost everything. Always, if you want to go in and finish the opponent, then you're going to need some ding in that. Very good explanation, of course. Example of is the straight elbow, the ding joe. So that's a very clear example. You're going straight in, using the elbow to strike. That's a clear example of it, but it's included in everything. You're always going in. So ding is forward power. The second one is bao. That means embracing, supporting, taking something in, carrying in one's arms. So it usually demonstrated as like defending and taking something to the side, taking it in, and like a blocking motion. It can be that. It can be like taking in the arm and you can get in that hit from there. But it doesn't have to be the arm. It's not always about the arms, defending the arms, opening the arms. It can also be opening him up. I'm embracing, taking him in, and then I have my hits coming in from there. So it's something like taking in. Softness. So this is like a way of kind of using softness to open up his defense and then getting in that hit. And again, you need that ding. If I'm just doing this, I don't have forward power, he's gonna roll me over. So I'm always having, even if I'm taking in, I'm always having that forward power to go in and finish him. The third one is done. That's translated in many different ways in different lineages. But for us, it's usually explained like somebody carrying buckets of water. You have like a big stick here on your back, and then you have buckets of water on both sides. And this wavy motion that comes from it, this down, up, down, up. That's how I've been explained how that energy is. So that means there's this kind of down, up kind of idea there. So I maybe get contact somewhere and I immediately go from there up. So this is kind of like downwards force, but downwards force always leads to you going up. So there's no like down and then staying down. It's always down and up. So immediately from there. For example, if I always go down, up. So straight from that contact up. Feel like a bouncy kind of feeling. Then we have T. It's lifting energy. So usually, again, it's shown by lifting the guy's arm and then going in, for example, for an elbow, something like lifting up. But again, it doesn't have to be the arms. You shouldn't be concentrating on the arms too much. So can well be like you're lifting his face up. So T, lifting up, then you can get that elbow in. Just something that lifts up, or like an uppercut, up, and then you can get the finisher from there. So T is lifting type of energy. The next one is Kwa. Kwa means scissoring, like two opposite forces coming together in opposite directions. So that's a bit of a more niche type of energy. You don't find it as often as like ding, bao, dan. It's used in specific kind of movements. A very clear example of Kwa would be I'm getting in, get my leg behind him, and then from here I do a takedown. That's a very clear example of Kwa. Or like, doesn't have to be the finishing movement, but it's something that I break his balance with, and then I can go from there. All these are kind of like opening movements. This is just kind of open his structure, and then from there I can maybe continue with the strike, the takedown. So yeah, and also a very clear example of it is if you get an arm, and then from there crank the elbow. So like this, two opposite forces, one going down, one going up, and you can go from there. There's there, or this way, cranking the elbow this way, like that way. So that's a very good way of kind of getting his structure to open up and then getting in for that hit. So Kwa, two opposite forces scissoring in opposite directions. And the last one is Chan. That's a spiraling type of energy. This one you should find in everything that you do. Everything has that spiral type of quality in it. So it's basically all the movements that you're doing is never like straight attack. It's always some sort of roundness in the movement, some sort of spiraling, circling. That means I never get like stuck, frozen. I always move with something, whatever it is. I always move with it. Very clear example of a Chan application in big form is this one. So you're taking something from here and you roll behind his back and then take it from there. It's a clear example of a Chan type movement. There's contact, I spiral in, get under his, I got an underhook, and then from there you have your takedown. So the arms are spiraling. They usually talk about in a small form, big form. There's like small Chan and there's big Chan. Small Chan is referred to like this small type of rolls. Also connected with them are these like wrist locks. So you like roll the wrist into a lock. But it's meant this small type of rolls. Big Chan is then this like bigger one. So you're like actually going in somehow. Like really taking his whole structure and going from there. Like a bigger circle. Yes, so Chan you should find in everything you do.